Okay. All right. It says we're live. I believe we're live and I trust the technology. So what is going on, people? How are you doing? Thanks for being patient. Thanks for waiting. Project Piper Customs live here with Turtle Talk, live with Maverick 5 UK in the house. Just going to be a nice little quiet one tonight. You know, shooting the shit, spitballing with me and Mav about what's to come and what could potentially be arriving at New York Comic-Con this year, which is only a month away. It's the beginning of October, I believe. So, yeah, man. So first of all, Maverick, hope you're doing well. It's been a couple of weeks, I know. So, yeah, you all good?
I am very good, mate. Definitely been back in the custom cave myself, mate. I've been working on a little project, so that'll drop soon. So I can do a little reveal later. So if anyone's watching now wants to hang around near the end, I'll do a little cheeky reveal.
There you go. Little enticement to stick around throughout the stream. Or just wait until the replay drops and then fast forward, depending on what your cup of tea is. But yes, nice to see that Mav is back in the custom cave again. Looking forward to that. Of course, just finished one of mine up recently. Video dropped and it's been going mental. So massive appreciation for that. And on the Instagram post and the Facebook ACBA, it fucking took off. All for a pizza delivery guy. Very strange. But I had a ton of fun making it, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later on. A couple of people here. Osprey Photographic, evening gents, evening to you, sir. Configurations here, how you doing? And yeah, to everyone else that's watching right now, appreciate you for stopping by. And also, if you could all join me in celebrating a belated birthday to Mr. Maverick 5 UK and saying a happy birthday. Let's all sing him a happy birthday. No, let's not do that. No.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, so he's another year older, another year wiser. So it's all good. Tac Toys of Film, the pizza guy from TMNT. I saw that, Ben. I'm glad you did. Nice one, man. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, so lots of bits and pieces. So actually, there is, in the way of news, there really haven't been that much kicking the tires. You know, there really isn't been that much, you know, heating that fire, to be honest, turtle-wise. You know, spin some bits and pieces.
It feels like we're on the Comic-Con lull again, you know, just before the Comic-Con, where everyone kind of goes a bit quiet, except for McFarlane, who's just dropping reveals all over the place endlessly. Exactly.
Well, the man's about to take over DC Comics entirely, so might as well, you know what I mean? At this point, it's rumored that he is going to take over. So someone needs to fucking DC stands for dead company at this point in the moment. So yeah, you're getting a lot of happy birthdays in the chat. Osprey Photogenic, yeah, awesome work as usual on the pizza guy. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. That really was a fun one. And so yeah, no, that's it, man. So yeah, so why not? As it's been a couple of weeks, let's kick it off with and for you guys in the chat as well, let us know what pickups you got, what stuff have you decided to hit that pre-order button on that you can't wait for. Is there anything that you know is on the arrival that you kind of maybe lost excitement for and don't know whether to cancel it? Let us know in the chat. I've got a few bits and pieces that came through. We're going to get into that, but first, Maverick, if you wouldn't mind taking it away with your picks of the last couple of weeks.
Indeed, yeah. So something that we all got in the Turtle Talk crew this week is Soto Shredder.
Finally, touchdown in London town.
Yeah, so yeah, really happy with that. So glad to start filling out that Secret of the Use shelf.
Indeed.
And then I've got another one of my lines that I'm all in on is Dragon Ball. So I've got a couple of.
Oh, that's a big boy.
Indeed. So I've got Dodoria, and we got Zarbon as well. So you won't know who these guys are, Ben, but
no, but they look cool. What cracks me up with the Dragon Ball line is you get like obviously the green one. I've already forgotten his name. Right, he's like regular size, right? So you get a load like regular size. You get your Goku, you get your Vegetas, you get your Trunk, and all that. I know some names, and then you'll get your big fuckers.
Absolutely,
right? Yeah. And they're like the box is like double the size, and it's just mental.
Yeah, well, I mean, they announced Purunga, which is one of the dragons, and this thing is going to be like insanity. It's over 200 quid, but that's going to take up some real estate.
Exactly. It's like if Marvel Legends decided to just drop a wave, and one of those waves, the figures in the wave, is the size of a fucking hot toy. You know, just randomly.
Yeah.
That's mental. But no, glad you got you filling out your Dragon Ball Z collection, man.
Yeah.
SHF killing it as always with those.
Indeed, but pre-orders wise though, I've not really kind of clicked that button as much as I normally would do, and I think it was off the back of last stream when we're talking about fatigue and how you actually don't need everything, and it's definitely true. After that, after like listening to Tom and talking about it with yourself, like it's true that I do feel like I don't always need everything, and I'm not as quick to click that pre-order button as I usually would.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's it, mate. Because some things like the bullshit that we had with the Farm 2-pack was obviously we paid for it pre-order price, which we weren't happy about the price anyway, but we paid for it 70 quid, and then a few weeks later it was on sale for like 30-40 quid, and we're like, well, what is the point of going instantly for that pre-order when we could just hold off a bit? And if something sells out and never comes back again and we're having to pay secondary market, then that's our decision. If we ever want to press that eBay button, that's on us. But if we didn't see it like later down the line for a reduced price because no one's really buying it, and I've held off on pre-order, and I'm like, all right, I might do then, because it's not a kick in the teeth for my wallet as much, and I can justify a cheaper purchase by so, well, I may not need the figures, but I like those accessories. For me as a toy photographer anyway. But so I like yourself now, I'm not jumping the gun on things that I really feel like I want now. I'm giving it a couple of days to marinate, and I'm really putting some thought into whether I actually am going to need it, and I might put it in that if I see it on sale list, and that is happening with the TMNT. Like, for instance, with this pizza guy, right? Everyone's going nuts for this pizza guy custom. Great, I really appreciate it. But ask yourself, if Nycc were to actually release this guy in a 2-pack with some other random Joe, would you instantly pick it up, or will it sit on the shelf like the Farm 2-pack because of how much of a deep cut it is? It's just one of those things. And I was thinking about it. It's like, no, I would, because I'm that crazy. But if I would actually hesitate if Toys R Us, say, put it up for like 70 quid with someone else, and I'll be like, no, it's too much. It's too much for that. It's too much. I'll wait. I'll see if it reduces, see if anyone buys it. And I'll wait. It is a background character, it's not a core character, it's not essential, it's just a fun one that would be cool to have in the shelf, and it'll be like, it's a nice tip to the hat if Nycc were to ever make those, and that's what it was for like the Shadow Warriors. Very much a deep cut, but it was kind of like, fair play for going there. But yeah, so that's kind of why I was like, what, even if they did make it, I probably don't know if I'd actually even buy it. It just depends. So
I think with a character like that, though, I think I'd be very surprised if Nycc do make it, which it makes it even more exclusive for you to have it on the shelf, because it's not going to be, everybody's not going to get it. So no. I think that's a really good thing about that custom, is that I think it's going to be very unique.
No, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, just something I just thought, what? Is a guy wearing a polo shirt and a hat? How hard could this be to make if I was to do it? It's not like Tatsu, where we struggled trying to find parts, and obviously realizing a lot of it we had to make ourselves because there wasn't really any substitute out there. And it's like, okay, we'll bite the bullet. We'll put some full-blown learner, brand new trade for me in terms of soft goods making and head shrinking. Let's up the knowledge and skill set in this custom. And those are special projects. Sometimes I do just like to lose myself in a nice little glorious repaint and leave it at that. That's my bread and butter. That's my happy place. And this one was kind of like, this one was such a nice one because it was a good kit bash. I had some good fodder to work with in terms of what was available. There was some sculpt work, and I do love my sculpt work, but when you have to sculpt so much of it, it becomes like, fuck me. If I move this thing, the sculpt's going to break on it. So it wasn't too much. It was only in the sleeves. Great. And then just some painting, and adding the fabric over the hat was a bit of a challenge, trying to figure a way of achieving that aesthetic of the meshed hat.
Well, that's sorry, mate. That's when when I watch somebody's when I watch somebody's custom figure and they bring something to the table that I would have never thought of doing. That's when that's what really impresses me. And every time I see one of your custom videos, you always do that. You always do something where I'm like, do you know what? that's genius. And I would have never thought that. And the fabric on the hat was that moment for me when I'm watching your video. I would have never even thought, it wouldn't have even been on the table. And it works really, really well. So well done.
Cheers, man. Nice one. Yeah, because obviously beside that, it is just, you know, your standard, you know, okay, we can repaint this, we can sculpt a bit of that, we can make these parts work. You know, there's not really much tinkering. And I do like those and putting together those because it makes it easy for the people that are new to customizing entirely to, you know, it'll be a good one to get them off the bench and try it for the first time. So I do like making the simpler ones, even if it's just a repaint, saying, look, you can do it too. With something that's already out there, and then get that bug fueled. So, but then would like to challenge, you know, like with the tattoos, a lot more pulling of some skill needed and to learn some new shit as well to get that one made. So I did really, really want to try and make that as simple as possible so that a lot of people could do it themselves and not be put off by the amount of work. Didn't really go that way. But we got it done. But the pizza guy, I'm glad that, like you said, that was for me. It was like the one area I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. First of all, I decided on using the mesh as like a template and then dry brush over it to see if it left the pattern over there. And it kind of did work, but then it was a bit messy. It wasn't consistent. I'm like, all right, what else now? What can I use? I was like, I really want to actually use a fabric. Well, what fabric's thin enough to act like that scale of a mesh? And I'm like, I did try and look on Amazon for some, bought some, ended up being 10 times bigger than what I needed. So I've got a big fat roll of white mesh that I can't have any use for now. You know, lesson learned. And then I was like, curtain netting. Let me try that. Let me see if we had some around the house. And luckily we did. And gave it a try. The fucking bastard was a bitch to cut. So it was some fraying. It's not my neatest job, but it got the job done. Yeah. And, you know, so I was happy enough that I was able to achieve it and not make it as ugly as it could have been if I put too much glue down. But yeah. No, I'm glad everyone is really enjoying it. Okay, let's jump back into some of this chat. You've been killing it. I appreciate you all for being in here and hitting that like button, smashing it, rubbing it, flicking its bean, whatever you want to do. It means the world. So yeah, let's kick it back up with this. Tac Toys of Film got the 1/12 scale Revenger. Nice. The 1/12 scale Revenger came in for me. It's the third party Capcom Punisher from Punisher arcade game, essentially. Nice one.
Yeah, it looks good. I've seen that. It looks really nice.
Well, I saw that as well. Yeah, I just realized what you were referring to as soon as that last part. Indra, happy birthday, Maverick. Oh, and speaking of Indra and his tale and quest to obtain the accessory set, he has found one and he has bought it. So mission accomplished on that one. Now we just got to try and find him a Spirit of Splinter, and my hopes are still going for him, man.
I feel like it's the end of an era.
I know. I want to pop a bottle of champagne for the guy. If you're and he's in London as well, I want to meet up with him and just put a beer in his hand and clink it. You know, a job well done. Configuration, I got 2 Soto shredders from Toys R Us today, thank God. Mirage Casey, Mummy Mikey, Hunchback Leonardo is on the way. I'm thinking about the purchase to Monster April 2. Well, you're pretty much all in on the line anyway by the sounds of it, so you might as well, why stop there, bro? Why stop there? Keep going. I'm Tac Toys. I'm tending to wait for sales now, Maverick 5 UK, unless it's G.I. Joe Classified or Action Force from Toys R Us, which are my 2 core lines. Fair play, nice one. Yeah, it's always, I think it's kind of the sort of better way, if you can, is to definitely have at least 1 or 2 ones you're all in on for sure. And even then you'll be like, but you know, for me, obviously Turtles, and you know that. And then just have some bits and pieces of others or whatever tickles your fancy, you know, and you can always say no to. So yeah, I think it's kind of if you can discipline yourself to only having a couple of all-ins, then you're good to go. Tac Toys Film again. In fact, I got the 1/12 scale Revenger from Revenger from Toys R Us. Shout out to Nick. Hopefully he's still doing well. Sam Rockwell, Pizza Guy, might be a 2-pack. We shall see. Unlikely though, unlikely. But there's always hope. Like I said in the video, it looks like they are leaning towards just continuing with secret use. And I'm all right with that. I'm okay with that. You know. Indra, very well said. I pre-ordered the Farmhouse 2-pack only to find them at a sale price of Forbidden Planet in London. And they're fucking expensive anyway. So, yeah, it's a bitch when it happens. Riley Bob, what's up, gentlemen? I made it. Better late than never. Absolutely. And I appreciate you being here. Indra, your Pizza Man custom is very impressive. But would I buy it for if it was mass product by Nycc? Exactly. I think some of the diehards like us may, and hopefully not at an inflated price, but I think then it might sit on the shelf like the Farm 2-pack did. So who knows? Loco Lou, what is popping, people? Hit that like button. Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you for dropping in, my man. Well, if I'm doing toy photography, then yes, I would. Loco Lou Kino. We're going to be talking about him in a minute for sure, my man. It's Maverick's birthday. Happy day of birth, Maverick. That's from Riley Bob. Indra, hats off to you and all the custom figure makers. I'm too scared. Don't be, mate. I was too. Start simple with a nice repaint.
Absolutely.
Yes, there you go. Thank you for the shout out. Of course, brother, of course. Picked up the pinball shredder and white suit dock yesterday. Good times. Now just need the Soto shredder. Riley Bob, that is. Nice one. Nice pickups. I'm glad that white suit Doc Brown is keeping the brand alive. Hopefully it doesn't that letter that we that we explored, that article that decided to just disappear about them possibly ending the line because of poor sales isn't true. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. Injury again. Well, I don't drink, but put a soft drink in my hand and we'll clink it. Fair play. And I'll join you in a soft drink instead of a beer because I don't enable alcohol. Not anymore. But now that we've caught up with the chat and appreciate you all for still being here, it's time for me to show you what I picked up. Yes, I know. As I was saying to Mav earlier before we went live, our little stream last time revolving around collecting fatigue and saying no, and even a little discussion we had there. Yeah, not long after that, a shitload of stuff just turned up at my door. So let's have a look. Starting off with stuff that I had pre-ordered a while ago because I needed some more of them. Something I also collect when I first started, which kind of got me into collecting because I dreamed of a display of it one day, is of course Aliens. And we got the reissue ultimate versions of the blue and the brown Xeno. Okay. I already have a few of these, but I wanted more for my fodder. You can see there. And I don't got him. The chest burster. Never actually had him as an accessory before. So looking forward to finally getting a display of them going and adding them to the army. So that's one bit. As with Mav and the rest of the UK, we also got. Yeah. Okay, so we also got one of him. Now, mine sadly did come with a couple of QC issues. I actually have him right here out of the packet. All right. So beautifully done. But of course, one of mine, which is typical of NECA traits, is of course the, if you can see it, the floppy legs. Okay. You know, just rock back and forth really easily and really loose. Unfortunately, it happens to quite a lot. And that doesn't surprise me. It happens. It's just a shame it's happening brand new out of the pack instead of after a couple of years of wear and tear. And the other thing is his shoulder pad here, as I was saying to Mav, is literally just twisty. It's almost come right off. You know, so that needs gluing back down, but again, something that I can sort out. It's just a shame that it came out of the package that way. Okay, and I'll be going more into that once I get to do my custom versus official video, which will be coming very soon. Okay, looking forward to doing that and getting another video in that series going, because I just did not have the heart to do it with my Marvel Legends Endgame Iron Man. I just threw that in the bin. I couldn't do it. Beyond that, something else quite big came through the door, something that I actually forgotten about until recently, and something that I'm actually not going to need or put to use until next year, with something that again we will talk about soon. But we did in fact get in the Witcher horse. I need a horse. Okay, by the McFarlanes. All right, Roach. I'll be calling him something different. It'll be known as Jeff. Okay, but I didn't just get one. I got 4.
Well, what did you get these for, Ben? What
did I get those for? We'll talk about that a bit later. But yes, we got 4 of these in, and it's fucking huge. Look at it.
Yeah.
The box alone. So yeah, Jesus Christ. I wasn't expecting them to be that big. God damn, that's what she said. Okay. From there, I decided to have a look and see if I could expand my Iron Man ZD Toys collection a little bit more, because they're doing the light up versions, which is the ones I'm going for, and to see if I could get, or if they had released the last 2 that I needed in this wave in light up version form, which was the Mark V, the briefcase suit one, and the Mark VII from Avengers. So I went on their site and I saw the 2 listing light up versions of like, you're going straight in my basket, and they turned up, except they weren't them. From what I misread on the ad, they were the light up versions, just not of the suits. The fucking Hall of Armors. You see that? You see that picture without the light blaring into it? Yeah, so it comes with the Hall of Armor and the suit, but it's not the suit that lights up. That's just a regular suit, you know, the first one they released. No, but the Hall of Armor does. And I was like, you absolute pisscock. And I was like, oh, fuck's sake, I've got the 2 that I need, just not in that form, but also have 2 of the thing I do need, which is 2 of the Hall of Armors, which I eventually intend on getting. So I was like, do I send them back? Do I keep them? I don't know. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the Hall of Armors and just sell the figures loose at some point. Yeah. They're great looking figs. They're great looking figs, you know, and majority of the time the lights aren't going to be on. I know. I just like my lights, which brings us to my next thing that came in. Now, as I contemplated before and going over this whole collecting fatigue, I'd recently got in the big 3 from Endgame in Mayfix format, obviously being the Cap, the Fat Thor, and the Mark 85. And I was toying as to whether I actually needed them because I had no room in my display for them. As I already have a custom Mark 85 that I'm really happy with. I'm pretty happy with that whole Endgame display. I only bought them because of how much I loved Infinity War Thor. And then I thought, fuck it, I'll keep them, but not the Iron Man. And there's a reason why. It's because I found another Iron Man. And that just happens to be the Comic Cave Fantasticraft Light Up Mark 85, which is pretty much exact same scale as the Mayfix, and pretty much it is the Mayfix, except the whole thing is fucking die cast and it lights up. So fuck you, Mayfix. I'm selling you off and I'm having this. And yeah. And here he is in all his glory. It doesn't pose, well, it's got some great articulation, some weird engineering, honky, chunky, heavy little dude. But this thing is pure die cast. It's heavy. It's cold to the touch. And of course, if I am to do this, boosh and boosh. No, no, no.
Look at that. Oh. Mini hot toys, mate. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, the little giblets light up. Yeah. Really happy with that. Boosh, off you go. And I'm thinking, yeah, and it's absolutely glorious. It feels like I'm as impressed with it as I am with the 3.0 next to the ZD toys. You know, they scale perfectly. You wouldn't be able to tell one from the other until you picked it up and you felt that the ZD toys was. I'm still in darkness. Hold on, sorry guys. There we are. Hello. And then you felt obviously the ZD toys just being plastic, and there's some hefty die cast gone into the 3.0. Exact same thing. Now I didn't even open the Mayfix, but I know how it would feel. And then just feeling this, I was like, no, I'll just buy Mayfix. So yeah, I am keeping those because fuck my life. All right, but yeah, and this was cheaper. This was actually cheaper to buy than the Mayfix one. And it doesn't come with all the accessories. It comes with the back thing that, you know, Thor shoots lightning into. It comes with a couple of extra hands, booster rockets, the old jazz, but it doesn't come with anything else. And I don't really need all of that, you know. So yeah,
cool.
So got that one.
Got a real premium paint job on it as well. Like
beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Don't get me wrong, I'm scared to pose it because I don't want anything to scratch, but at the same time, that thing can move. And yeah, so glorious on the shelf, crisp, nice little ornament that I can move around. But yeah, that was everything that came in. A bit of a mad one. Nothing to come through. Oh, and I just had to pay for the invoice for the Dark Knight Returns Mayfix Superman that I actually don't need anymore because I'm not collecting a Dark Knight. It's just, yeah. So again, another thing that's got to go for sale. Yeah, so that's my mental haul for the couple of weeks. Anyway, let's just get back to the chat and then we'll jump into a couple of things I want to chat about before we get into some predictiones. Here we go. All right. Are you going to make the Shredder garbage custom? I had started to put it down because I thought I'm just going to blitz through this in no time. And then other things took me interest. So I may go back to it. I'm not sure. So we'll see. I've got a few first shredder bucks floating around. I always double up, and you know, one came with the 2-pack with Splinter, so there was a few I can tinker with. So maybe we shall see. Let me just quickly go back. Here we go. It's not QC issue, production problem. I've got 3 Soto shredders so far now in my hand. Every leg is loose. Mask has a scratch. Oh well, I mean, it's just them. It's the way they put figures together. You know, sometimes it's tight, sometimes they're loose as shit, and they haven't changed. But I consider it a QC issue regardless. So, but it's a no biggie. It's a no biggie. TMNT 3 horses. Maybe. Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Ooh, so close, but good call indeed. Good call. But yes, so big times going on in the US. Shamefully not here, because we don't have Target here. But for you lovely folks that do have Target over in the US, or I mean, I feel bad for some of you, because in some towns and cities there isn't one near you, or the one that is near you is crap apparently. So let me just share this. And of course, it is this Target Full Geek Out session, which is the next one on from the Haulathon shit. Hopefully this one's going better than that one did for you guys. But yeah, a whole good selection here to choose from. You got the Mummy Mikey, which I am tempted to get purely for that degraded mask head sculpt alone. But again, it's one of those things where I just got to rein it back. And I'll be presenting Pietro a digital sculpting challenge that he doesn't know about yet. Soon. You got the cartoon Tokron Raza, which UK still haven't any pre-orders for, which makes me think, are we actually ever going to see it over here? Possibly not. We got the Zack and Smash Slash, the fat guy from the Crooked Ninja Turtle gang. I've got mine from the NECA store, and probably my last of the Toon line I collect. We've got the White Suit 85 Doc, the new RoboCop, Hello Kitty, and Timon and Pumbaa plushies that no one cares about. But yeah, so good little selection here, and hopefully everyone is finding what they want. I know that you obviously got Neutrinos and Usagi are thrown into the mix somewhere that are turning up on shelves as well. So let's know if you are having luck. If you're not having any luck, any of this you fancy, you're picking up. Yeah, so it's just something interesting, and it's any real sort of NECA thing going on right now, you know. So
has this not been advertised as being available like international, like they did with the Haulathon stuff?
As far as I'm aware, no, not this time. But I could be very wrong. I just may not have looked or seen it. But
I mean, yeah, I've not heard either. But I mean, even if it was available, the shipping was so extortionate.
That was ridiculous.
It's probably not worth our while.
No, not at all. So I'm like, if Cartoon Toker and Raza make it to our shores, I probably will get them just because I think it's cool to have compared to the movies. If they do, if not, I'm not that bothered, to be honest. I really am not. I mean, if they turn up on the NECA store at some point, then I might, ship, because their shipping's reasonable. I might drop them some cash, and that will be the end of it. But we shall see. I'm not holding my breath, but you never know. It's just very strange that they're only limiting it to these events rather than just releasing it in Target regularly. So very, very strange. And yeah, hopefully this is not the end of the Back to the Future line and this be the last release. And the reason why I say that is because there's something that I believe we will see at New York Comic Con. Okay. So New York Comic Con, let me stop sharing as I haven't got a screen for it really. So might as well move in on our predictions or just spitball, brainstorm what we would like to see at New York Comic Con. Now we know it's not as big an event as San Diego. That's kind of like the Wimbledon of Comic Cons for America. But NECA have said that they're holding stuff back to reveal then. So I haven't really got many thoughts apart from a couple that I think we're going to see there because we didn't see them at San Diego. And one of them being, rolling it back into the Back to the Future theme, is that accessory set finally. You know, I do think we will see it. I say think, I kind of mean hope, because I really would like to see it and hope that it's not the end of the line. I hope we will see some Back to the Future 3 things. That's me praying to the toy gods for those. But
I'd like to think that it should be in a state where we can see it because we've already seen actual images of is it Einstein or Copernicus or one of the dogs. We got to see that ages ago.
Yeah.
So I'd like to think that it's ready and we can actually see what's everything that's included.
Yeah, which I was really surprised as to why they never showed it at San Diego. Maybe it's because they were just holding back and saying, "No, we'll show it at New York instead." So it's kind of like yourself. I'm 90% certain we'll see it because I can't see any reason why we wouldn't yet. As it's just an accessory pack. It's not like a full-blown, there's any full-blown figures in there. So yeah, that's one I do feel we'll see. And the other, we're going to get into very, very soon. Actually, let me just get the screen up. Is Kino finally? I do believe we'll finally see Kino. And the reason why I believe he was held off from San Diego was because of this. What's in that circle behind the gargoyle? Why, it looks like Kino's moped.
Indeed.
So yeah, they took our advice.
That was exactly. I said it was going to be an exclusive Kino and moped.
I know they didn't actually, but just roll with it. Yeah, let's have this moment. Cheers. All right. But yeah, they took our advice clearly, to play it the same way they did with the John Connor exclusive and throw in the dirt bike in there. Give us the moped. So that kind of answers a question and then presents one. And the way Kino is coming. Okay, because I now believe we may get multiple Kinos. Okay. So yeah, this definitely is the same shape of his unique stealth-like bloody moped that he had in that movie. It can't be really for anything else because it's fucking pretty much bang on as it. So it's confidence to say that that is the moped from the film, and hopefully we get the delivery boy version of Kino in ultimate form with the moped. And probably that's why they were holding back on revealing him, because they were getting that done. And we should hopefully see him at New York Comic Con. But would we see another version in a 2-pack? Now, here is where it gets interesting. If that were the case, who would be in that 2-pack? Maybe it's the casual version from when he goes and tried to get recruited by the Foot Clan. And if so, maybe, come on, this guy might be in a 2-pack. And as you can see, it's circled right here. And you've got to let your eyes adjust as to what you're seeing. But what you can see is the full torso, half of it painted, of the overweight foot soldier from Secret of the Ooze. As you can see, there's his legs, there's his belt, there's his upper torso that's not painted, but his arms are. Okay, so we are getting the out of shape foot soldier, which is awesome. Mix up the variety. But if Kino weren't going to be in a 2-pack with this guy, that's just a hypothetical, who would this guy be in a 2-pack with? Maybe another foot soldier that's unmasked? Have a couple of unmasked ones with masked head options. Who knows? But I just think it's really cool that they shoved this teaser out there with a lot of things in the background as opposed to the image they wanted us to focus on, which was obviously this gargoyle. But yeah, what are your thoughts? Would you, this being one of those do I or don't I pickups from Soto, how invested are you in the Soto line? If they revealed this, would you get it?
For me, I think this would be one of the first ones where I would pass on. Actually, I don't feel like I need this for the shelf. I think this is perfect for somebody like yourself who does the toy photography. They can work it in. Mm-hmm. It's a different foot soldier that you can make the shot more interesting. Mm-hmm. But for me, it's I think I could pass it. I think it's hilarious, actually. I think it is really funny that they've actually done this, because that's the first thing you think of when you watch Secret News and you see these guys. Think there's no way these have gone through Tatsu's rigorous training from the first film.
Yeah, that's when it went a bit weird. And the thing is, I never noticed that, much like until later on in life. The stormtrooper banging his head in A New Hope. Never noticed it until adult life, and then someone pointed it out to me, and I'm like, oh yeah, he is fat. Not body shaming, but he was overweight in the movie, and they're making an overweight figure of him now. So if you want to body shame anyone, blame NECA. But it's all about the representation, and they're doing it in toy format. So yeah, I like yourself. I think it's hilarious. I think you're right. It's for someone who's just for the shelf collector. which I am too, but for someone who's not dabbling in toy photography, that might feel there's no real need for him in. I'm good with what I got, or maybe just Kino, and that'd be it for me. It's a bit too much of a parody deep pull for me. I feel it. This is definitely one of those ones. As do I need to get it? Much like the lesson that we've learned from the Farm 2-pack. So yeah, interesting, and also interesting to speculate of what it might be in a 2-pack with. As I say, it could be another foot soldier, could be a civilian Kino. Would Kino definitely be something you would buy?
I would definitely buy Kino. Yeah. I think if I had an option of going for Kino with the bike and Kino without the bike, same pizza guy suit. But I think if they did one as an exclusive for the con and one retail that was just without, I think I would lean more towards without the bike.
Yeah.
How about yourself? Would you want the bikes included?
With that, you've actually just brought up another point. It very may well could be the pizza guy with the bike. I don't know why my screen just died there, but let me stop sharing as I'll get back to the image when it reloads again. The bike in Kino is just a con exclusive or a NECA store exclusive, and the regular version will be in 2-pack form or just an ultimate form without it, much like April's coat. With Ernie Reyes doing signs and stuff, hopefully it don't go that round where it's like 150 quid, but it probably will. I probably would get the bike because it's an accessory. I probably would try and aim for getting it if they present it as an option, whether I could have either or. I would go for the bike first. If I'm unable to obtain it, sadly, I would be sad. Then obviously, easy pickup, just regular version for the shelf. But yeah, I would go for the bike if it was limited. If it was limited. If it weren't, if it was available everywhere, then hell yeah, But much like that's the thing with the John Connor and the bike, that was an exclusive to San Diego. So I don't know. Hopefully, if they do reveal him, they give us some more details on how the sale of it is going to go. So interesting, very, very interesting. We shall see. Yeah. But yeah, just hilarious that they're going to do the overweight foot soldier. And
you do raise a good point though about the a signed Kino figure, or like some kind of a signed Kino exclusive, like April did, because I think that probably did. So I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see something like that again.
Yeah, I mean, surely Dad must know that whole thing went to fucking shambles, But because it was a coat, I can understand this being more. It's a bike. It's it's a lot more. It's a brand new sculpt. It's a lot more went into this. In terms of their budget for the figure, whereas we didn't understand. It's just a fucking coat. What was the point? But obviously then Blaine did break it down budget wise. But still, I would have thought now they've made their money back on the figure, or have they? That we might have seen a coat variant just retail, but or that version, because she's wearing different clothes.
Yeah,
that would have been. I don't know. I would have preferred that over the Farm 2-pack personally.
Yeah, definitely. No, I agree with that. I'm actually really surprised now that you've said that. We never actually even got that figure. Because that was like a completely different outfit than the April that we got with the coat.
And they weren't shy of using a likeness for the Franken monster, So it's much like Raph. We've already got Raph, but this time he's with a coat. Let's get April. We've already got April, but this time with a coat. So just a little bit of retooling. The buck's still there, head's still there. So who knows, Bruno's? It's just the way they do things, isn't it? But yeah, interesting to see where they go with Kino. Again, in that image, there was, let me see if I can bring it up again. Yes, it's back. We did see another thing circled. This is another member of the human gang that Bebop and Rocksteady with. Apologies, I don't know this guy's name. I've forgotten. Because obviously Solo, I haven't caught up with the cartoon yet, and my memory from the 80s is a bit foggy.
Yeah, we need Pietro here for that. I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, but by all means, let us know in the comments. Correct us. Happy to take the hits on that one of who this guy is, his name. And yeah, but that wasn't all, ladies and gentlemen. Harkening back to the horse that I just showed you, if we look on the ground right here where my cursor is, you can see some samurai armor. What could they be teasing? Now, Randy did say in a tweet that a 4-pack of the Turtles in Time from Part 3 would make a great box set for next year's exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're seeing some samurai armor on their workbench. Do you see where I'm going with this? Is this enough to officially confirm that, yes, we'll be seeing Turtles in Time stuff? Should I stop moving my head around? Okay.
I don't think we're going to see it at New York Comic Con, though.
Oh, no. This will be for next year. It's just, I mean, in general, like, is it safe to say that TMNT 3 figures are confirmed?
I mean, definitely, 100%. They were definitely on the way.
I think so. I think it's safe to say, which is why I was so confident in buying 4 of those fucking horses. And if they then decide, oh no, we're going to be making horses too, I'm about fuck, and I'm going to have to sell those though as well. But yeah, you can see the method to my madness regarding 4 of those big fuckers. Now, question to you, Mav, and to you out there. I think I already know what your answers are going to be, but to Mav, would you buy Samurai Turtles?
Without a doubt. Definitely.
Silly question, wasn't it? Yeah.
I would absolutely buy them. I wouldn't buy every single character from that film. Again, it's at this point where I would start to get selective over some of the guys who I'd pick. But yeah, 100% the Turtles would get bought. I would, yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, again, there wasn't that many memorable villains in it, like apart from Walker, and he was again more of a corny villain. You know, the daimyo son, whatever his name is. You know, the main sort of guy that was meant to be the threat, even though Walker was more of a threat. The one that got his little ships off. I would not get a figure of him. No way. No, there's just no point. Or the henchmen, the goons, or even bearded ancient Casey Jones in the Irish accent. No.
Exactly. That's it. Like, they're not toyetic. You know, the people in that film. It just, you know, it's just people on a shelf, and I just don't think as a collection it would look that impressive. Yeah,
that's it. It's kind of a bit casual, you know, like Yoshi and Mitsu. No. I would buy the 4 honor guard in hockey jerseys, and I think I would get those. I would get the honor guard in civilian clothing in Casey's attire. I think, like I say again, I would buy Mikey in Hawaiian shorts and a lampshade hat, just for the fucking sheer fuckery of it, because it's hilarious.
Half a Master Splinter, because he was clearly just there was no bottom to that puppet behind that in that train.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, if we do get a Master Splinter from that movie, like Mav, I'm going to cut him in half, because that's all I need. But yeah, so as you can see there, samurai armor. Is it not for Turtles in Time? Who knows, Bruno's. But let's kick it back over to the chat and see what y'all are saying. So where are we? Boom, lots of you in the hizzy. Appreciate you. Does Machines in the hizzy. What up, brother? What up? No worries about being late, man. Just happy you're here and enjoying. Means a lot. Okay, so I just laughed at how you said maybe. Ben, should I say what the horses are for? We already kind of did. Duffman dioramas. Good day, fellas. Good day. Oh yeah, I shouldn't do that. Long live the Queen. Bless her heart. And Riley Bob, I'd be interested in Toon, Toka, and Raza repainted to movie line likeness. Oh, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Could that be pulled off? Don't think it would work the other way, though. I think it would work the other way. And yes, we need more Back to the Future. Please, NECA. Damn right. Obviously, we all need NECA. NECA is watching this show. They tune in every time. Good job, gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you over there. Configuration, Fat Foot Soldier 2-pack. I can see I'm leaning more towards that. How do you make the box and chains for Splinter in the first movie? Excusez-moi. The box, you mean the crate? I've got a whole video on that on my channel, mate. It's featuring Pietro himself too. Yeah, it's the Get Crafty series, the first one. So check it out. Chains I just bought from Amazon. That's it. or what are eBay? eBay. I'll send you a link for the chains. But the shackles they came with the exclusive 4-pack from whenever it was, 2019, 18, 19. Yeah, the Capture Splinter box set, the shackled chains, they came with them. So I just removed their chain because it was only like this long and then replaced it with my own. But yeah, the box, there's a whole video on how I put that together. Riley Bob, or here we go with a double. We get an April coat outfit 2-pack, and that's how we get Sam Rockwell in the line. Bad timing. Hopefully that will be sick. If they did that, take my money and my nudes. Yeah, that'll be really, really cool. Damn it, I want it. Speak it into existence. Let's all speak it into existence. Naka! All right.
Unfortunately, I'm going to undo this by saying I feel like we're done with the first movie.
I know, and you had to go and ruin it.
I'm sorry. I don't think we're going to get anything else now from that first one.
Riley, he's just shattered our hopes and dreams. Fine. I'll have to do it myself. That's my Thanos voice. I know. I would be a sweet 2-pack, and yes, I would buy it. But I see no changes. If anyone got that. Of course, I'd buy Samurai Turtles. Of course, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Tom wouldn't, or would he? I don't know.
He so would. He
would. And he would sell them after a week, but then he'd want them back again. We love you, Tom. Where am I? Oh, shot ahead. I'd like Walker too. Yeah, I'd get Walker. I'd get that'd be only one outside of the. I'd get April too. Bad guys, I would get Walker and that'd be it. But if they did Daimyo-san coming out of a broken fucking bell, all like shocked and shit, that might be just too much fun to not buy. Damn it, I'm enabling myself. Fuck's sake. Mr. Nooks 13, how you doing, my man? All right, guys, I'll be down for some Samurai Turtles. Fucking A, you would. Fucking A. Does Machines, yeah. What up, fellas? Joining up late. No problem at all, man. Oh, shot ahead. Was there any overweight foot soldier in 2? Yes, there was. See, we got one. Now you got to rewatch the movie.
Yeah.
You notice him when the first scene you see of the foot soldier when they're running back from the junkyard, and it makes it seem like it happened just minutes after the first film, even though there's a blatant time gap. And they're like, this was all a fallback spot. Everyone knew this was a fallback spot. And before Garbage Shredder, you see him then. Do you see him anywhere else in the film, though?
Yeah, I remember him when Raph's tied up. He's got the tape on, with all the ties everywhere.
Yeah, I think that's when all the foot soldiers are acting like bad guys in a Bruce Lee film. They're just doing this before they get an attack. So I just lost. I didn't really pay attention to them, but I have to look out for it now. Okay, me and you, Adrian, we're going to do a watch along to spot the fat foot soldier. Did I read that Back to the Future is done after the accessory pack? How have you guys heard that? It was on an article. Basically, there was an interview done. And this is what there's a thing that makes me think that it's not legit, but it could be. But basically, they said they were talking about the Back to the Future line and how it's not really selling, and there's a good chance we might not see Part 3 figures. Now, I linked that article in one of my community tabs, and then during a live when we went to go to it, as I was getting ready for that live stream, I noticed that they pulled the article from the site. So it made me think, was it a pile of shit? Did NECA call him out on it? But we all know journalists, they can make up a crock of shit. I just never thought, always in Hollywood, for fuck's sake, never trust a publication talking about movies. But in the toy world, really? There's not enough news in the toy world? You have to make shit up? I don't know. So it makes you wonder, was it legit or not? I'm on the fence. It was put out there. Hopefully not. But yeah, it was an article. I've got a community tab post about it. It screen grabbed a part of the article that you can read. So yeah, if you go to my community tab and scroll through, you will see it. And you can have a little read of what they had to say. But yeah, pain in the ass. And let's carry on.
If we don't see that accessory set at New York Comic Con, then, maybe it does have some legs, that article. Because why are we not seeing anything?
Yeah, I mean, hell, it happened.
two perfect opportunities to show us anything, and they're choosing not to. So.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but you know, the only part of me that's giving it legs is the fact that obviously the same thing happened with the Toon version of Back to the Future.
Yeah,
that didn't really sell, hence why we never saw the Toon DeLorean put into the production, which was a bummer. But I could kind of see that not really selling hot. But you know, it is what it is. It's not, NECA are not unknown for doing this. It's kind of what makes me feel there might be some truth to it. But I thought that the Back to the Future line was doing okay, you know, from what I saw anyway. I never saw any complaints, you know, outside of just, you know, the general nitpicking of figures like we all do. Unless they really are just sitting on the shelf. I don't know. Everyone seems to be going crazy over this new Doc and Griff too. So I hope not. I really hope not. Excusez-moi. Right, Does Machines. I honestly forgot there was. The 4-pack is too expensive for the UK. I wasn't able to get. I had to get mine off eBay. Luckily, I got a good deal. But yeah. So well, another one to keep an eye out for. Does Machines, the Husky foot soldier, was in a few scenes, but the main one was a TGI lab. He grabbed a canister. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're dead right. And goes, aha! Yeah, that was him. Good shout. Completely forgot about that. So nice one. Yes, we will do a watch along. Yes, when does 2 take place? I don't know. Like, okay, just going on this for a second. This is why the movie makes me laugh so much. When you see the Turtles, when you catch up with them, or you catch up with April, she's got a brand new apartment, you know, and the Turtles feel like it looks like they've been living there for a few weeks or a few days at least, right? And they're settling in and trying to find a new place long enough for April to get sick of them and then for them to need to move out again. The next scene, you see the foot soldiers running back as if they've just run away from the fight at the end of the first movie. You know, so it's kind of like, okay, is that a time jump back? You know, because then you see Shredder emerge, him come back, and you think, okay, how long did it take for you to carve yourself a new shiny spiky helmet, Mr. Man? So it could be a time jump. Maybe it's just the editing in the movie. You know, maybe it was meant to open with that scene and then move on to however long. But it's just something I noticed. So yeah, not to body shame, but were the foot taking on anyone to be foot soldiers? But were the foot taking on anyone to be foot soldiers? Well, I guess so.
Seems that was the case.
Yeah. Inclusivity, diversity are on the menu even back then. At least they did it without fucking beating you over the head with it. Take notes, Hollywood. Just had to pass the Bell test. What is that? Enlighten me. I don't know what that is. I could be completely being stupid and not realize. Oh, yes, I am being stupid and didn't realize. Sorry. The Bell test in Secret of the Use. Sorry, mate. My brain ain't with it yet. Yeah. That I would love. If they made that an accessory, an accessory pack, that would have been a great one to have in the accessory pack. Why don't you do it, NECA? Custom cave it is. Okay, but the Bell test dummy, oh yeah, that will work a treat. I've just given you all ideas now. Go for it, go nuts. But yeah, so lots to look forward to, lots to hope don't get cancelled. So who knows? But yeah, we'll have to wait and see till NYCC. Now, is there anything else you can predict? I'm not even going to bother touching on the Toon line. Let's just say that everything from that damn cartoon is coming out. Can we just cover it in a broad spectrum of just expect it all at some point?
I've got a laundry list of things that I think we're going to see on my list down here, mate. I love a good prediction.
And Maverick never fails in his predictions. So let's move away from the chat real quick. We'll come back to you in a second. Let's hear what Mr. Maverick has to say about the truth. Because we all know Maverick speaks the truth. So there, go ahead, man.
So, movie lineup, definitely, you've got, same as me, Kino and Moped, Fat Foot Soldier. One thing that I don't think we're going to see, actually, and I don't think we ever will be a Professor Jordan Perry. I don't think we're ever going to get that figure, personally.
No.
So, yeah, that one, especially since the actor is sadly no longer with us. I don't know if that might hinder it further, but yeah, I don't think we're going to be seeing that. But I reckon we're definitely going to see more Mirage, more on that Mirage line, because we didn't get anything new at SDCC. It was just this, unless I'm mistaken, I don't think we saw anything new. It was just the same figures that had already been revealed.
We saw the turtles.
On Mirage?
Yes.
That was, no, sorry. Not Mirage, Archie.
Archie.
Yeah. So I think we're going to see more Archie, excuse me. Yeah. So I think we're definitely going to be seeing those either regular turtles or intergalactic wrestling.
One or the other, because again, those are what I thought we would see at SDCC, and you're right, they only showed Filet and the other two. Yeah, we need more Archie. I definitely think we'll see more Archie there. I don't think we'll see any more Mirage. I could be completely wrong. I just think they might push. They push the Mirage stuff, including the IDW Ronin. I think now they'll probably make room for, okay, we push those, now we're going to push Archie because we want those in the limelight. So I think you did right. I think you're right.
I completely agree with that. Yeah, we're not going to see more Mirage. We're not going to see more Ronin. But yeah, I think we're going to see some kind of turtles in some format from Archie at New York Comic Con. Toon Line, I think we're going to get to see that last Ronin turtle. Do you remember he was just sneaky peeking through the window?
Yeah.
I think that's definitely going to get a bit of a showcase at this next event. Which would you buy that?
Clear my throat for this one. Fuck yeah. And I'm fully aware of all the discussions we've been having, and my brain isn't fighting me on it one bit.
Yeah.
I know my eyes like to look in different directions sometimes, but right now, dead serious at you, NECA. Yeah, fuck yeah, take my money. That's happening. What about you though?
I mean, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not bought one Toon figure, but that would be the one. I
know. I kind of felt the same way with the Batman Donnie, the Dark Turtle, just because it's fucking Donnie as Batman in the, it's just quirky, and it's weird and fun. Hurry up, Loot Crate. But yeah, so it's kind of those same feels that I had for that. I feel that's probably where you're going with the, it's unique. It's like, it's just perfect. It's just the best thing they could have done in the Toon Line, personally, for me.
Also, Toon, I think, all right, we should be seeing the Party Wagon. I think it's about time.
Yeah, they're making changes.
Right.
I reckon they are. I reckon you'll see it, and that hump is not a tumor or a lady's ass anymore. Okay?
Yeah.
I think they would have twerked it. I don't think they'll do anything with the front. I think they're just going to keep that flat. But the hump, I think they would have tweaked a little bit, I personally think. And if so, we're going to do a We Were Right All Along stream. And you're all invited. That means definitely the NECA dudes listen to us. They won't ever admit defeat, but it's all a matter of showing rather than saying. So yeah, I reckon so. I reckon they'll finally put that in a cabinet, and we'll get to see it. If not, if they haven't changed a thing, well, then I don't know. Don't know what to say. I just be like, well, there you have it. So, but they themselves said in a tweet, but then again, I've also said before, never trust what Randy says on Twitter. And there's me going by it. I'm such a hypocrite. That they were tweaking it still. So there we are.
So for Turtles wise, that's all my reveals that I think they're going to go with. Have you got any more Turtles reveals before I go on to other products?
I don't think. No, I don't think so. I think you pretty covered it all. I don't think we'll see much in the movie line more outside of the reveal for Kino, because as I said before, the New York Comic Con isn't as, I mean, they try and pump it up to be as big, but we all know that STCC is the one, and Toy Fair, of course, but and New York always feels just a little bit, especially when they're revealing stuff. Toy companies don't always go full on out like they do at SDCC. So I think in a movie, Kino would be it. I could be wrong. Hopefully, who knows at this point? We're just speculating. But in terms of everything else, Turtles, I think you've pretty much covered it all, really. Yeah.
Other reveals then? Other reveals from other NECA licenses then? I think on that dinosaurs, I think we're going to see another family member, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was Robbie Sinclair. So he's the son with the the mohawk.
Yeah.
I think we might get a little something extra from that.
They've got a brand new line. They got to push it. So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, to push it, and I think those are going to be two really popular characters.
Mm-hmm.
So out the gate with those, I think that would be my theory anyway. I reckon we might see another one from that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to think what else. Horror. Oh, I do actually have something. You might have it on your list already, but I'm going to jump in. I think they will reveal the Prey Predator.
Indeed, man. I 100% think that we will see something from Prey.
Yeah, easily. One of, they'll probably release multiple versions, like a cloaked, battle damaged, this, that, and the other. One that holds a sign saying, "I'm a fucking retard of a predator." Yeah, don't get me started on that movie. But yeah, it's they will reveal it. They've said that they're making it, and I think that New York will probably be the best time to do so. I'll be very surprised if they don't, put it that way. So yeah, definitely we will see the a version or a prototype, where it's all grey and about this high in the cabinet. They say, "Look, we're working on it." So yeah, definitely we'll see that. I think that was another one that cropped up in my head. I'm trying to think what else in their horror line that they've teased. Oh, well, I don't know exactly where this is going to land, but if I take you back to this picture with all the jazz on it, is it this one? Yes. Is it that one? Which one is it? This is the one. It was the one with the bike. So let me just share the screen again. There is something in the background here that I don't know how far along the process they are making it, what version it's going to be, but if you look right here in the back, that is the head of the possessed girl from The Exorcist. So very, very big. If I'm trying to gauge perspective of the photo itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe we'll see whether or not it drops in Nycc or not, but something from The Exorcist. Clearly working on something, because that is her, unless that's the no, that's not the head from Evil Dead in the attic, is it? No, that looks nice.
You're right there. It's definitely Exorcist.
And obviously what these pictures are literally trying to show us is gargoyles. I don't know this dude's name. Do you know this dude's name?
Cold Stone.
There you go. So I reckon we'll see him.
Yep. I've also got a gargoyle prediction.
Even
though they did a lot of reveals at SDCC, I think because they previously hinted towards it. Do you remember when we was getting all those silhouette pictures? I think it was the Holothon time. You had like the shadows of different people. One of them was Alyssa, one of the characters. The female police. She was a police officer, wasn't she? Yeah. I think we might see her.
Good shout. Yeah. I mean, they would need to. They've. Where's my vape gone? Oh, there it is. Yeah. The silhouettes, that tease has been out for a while now, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw her either as well, for sure.
RoboCop, I think I was on it. I think that's another NECA license. So they've recently re-released the Ultimate 209 again. I remember seeing that coming up again. So I would like to see a Kane from RoboCop. Yeah. So I think that would be an impressive figure to see on the shelf.
Yeah, the second movie gets a lot of shit, and I was like, I get it compared to the first, but it's still like it's still cool as fuck. Kane was awesome looking. That was a brain. RoboCop was obviously just a face with a robot body in it. This is just a brain and two eyes in a canister and a digital projection of a face. It's like, come on, man. What's gonna be left? A bunch of cells in a jar. And it's still alive and a villain. But yeah, I'd like to see a Kane too. That'd be awesome.
Indeed. So definitely. And then finally, I've just got some wild card ones. Just some, like they've not got these licenses, and it doesn't have to necessarily be NECA, but I would love to see somebody do something from. There's an artist called Joe Madureira. I don't know if he's done some X-Men comic stuff.
Oh yeah,
you might be familiar with it, but he did his own comic called Battle Chasers.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I would love to see some kind of a figure line based around that franchise. I think it would be really, really nice.
Oh, you are playing your nerd card tonight.
Oh, for sure, mate. Definitely. I'll just put it out into the air, into existence.
Excellent.
And next one, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So we're talking about definitely.
I had to lean on the wall for that.
They've done the 2D terrors, which look amazing. I would love to see some ultimates from Killer Clowns. We
need that line finish. We need some ultimate versions for sure. You know, that needs revisiting big time.
Yeah.
And yeah, that would be something I would be hovering my finger over the button, be like, do I really need it? Yes, you do, Ben. No, you don't. Yes, you do, Ben. And I'll just wait until there's two devils on my shoulder, both telling me to do it. But yeah, for sure, I reckon that needs to be done. I would love to see it. Absolutely. Love to see it. God, you got me thinking now.
Yeah.
You got me thinking. You know what I'd love to see figures of, and I don't know if any company would ever do it because it was such a short-lived book. And I've mentioned this before, but if anyone remembers it, the comic is one single graphic novel, but it was so bloody emotional and just tore me apart. There's actually another book that, again, I've spoken about that I would love to see figures from, but I don't think Nick would do them. But the comic I'm referring to is called We Three. And it's about animals, a dog, a rabbit, and I think a cat. I could be wrong. And they're in robot mech suits.
Okay, now
let me see if I can pull up an image. I've got to see if I can pull up an image. I had one on my phone. Yeah, bear with me. But yeah, the comics We Three. And man, that book, Jesus Christ, that tugged at your heartstrings. It really did. You know, it wasn't even the way that much dialogue, but the animals were the size of animals that they were. You know, the little rabbit, a dog, and a cat, but they had a little bit of sentient intelligence because of the mech suits, and they had to fight this villain, which was a fucking Rottweiler, again in a mech suit, and it got graphic, it got brutal. If I remember how it's called, We Three. Oh god, a gazillion things could come up from this. Now again, it's just bringing up images of the fucking Nintendo console. Let me just type in comic. Let me see if any images come up from that. Is that it? Is that it? No, it's got a really good front cover to it. I'm not seeing it, but if anyone remembers it, I may even be typing it in wrong in Google. Yeah, I would love to see just something like that. I doubt it ever will because of how tiny of a book it was. We Three. Why have I got caps lock on? Enter. Damn. Yeah, I can't seem to find an image of it. I'm not the best at Googling stuff, so apologies. But anyone in chat knows what I'm on about, you'll know. But I've got an image on my phone, Mav. I'll ping it over to you once the stream's ended, and you'll see. I used to have the graphic novel, but I think I got rid of it ages ago when I had left Forbidden Planet and sort of just left that life behind me.
Is there a particular company you'd like to see them take that license?
Yeah, NECA really, but I don't know if it will be in their wheelhouse, to be honest. I don't think it definitely is not in Super 7's wheelhouse.
No.
So I think because NECA are more into doing the McFarlane might. I'd say there's a good chance if anyone was going to do it, McFarlane would do it first. If you know what I mean? Can't even remember the company who published it. Don't know if it was Dark Horse or not. But yeah, so sadly I can't seem to find that comic. But yeah, I'd love to see something from there. Top 10, another great comic run, graphic novel series, which is awesome. All futuristic setting, brand new characters, great setting, female led, which was great. And one of the characters was the police chief was a literal Doberman in a robot suit.
Wow.
It could walk around and it was just a Doberman, but it could talk. The animals could act like humans in that show.
Yeah.
The lead character was, I forget her name, but they called her Toy Box because she had a box of toys, and when she opened it up, it was all these flying gadgets that helped her with her crime solving, and it was really, really cool. And the world that they built around them. So yeah, I'd love to see something from that as well. And I'll ping you over images of those so you can get a better read on them. But they're great books to read if you get a chance. So yeah,
I'm trying to think of there's a toy company that do really good mech suits. I'm just gonna have a Google, see if I can think of what the actual company's called. But this sounds like it'd be really good for them.
Oh, got it. Got an image.
Nice.
Sorry, yeah, you'll see what I'm on about. Yeah, that was it. Okay, so I was right. It was a cat, dog. It was Grant Morris Vertigo comic by Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely. Right, so let me share screen. So bear with me. That's why I'm doing that. Got it. Sorry, chat. I will be with you shortly. There, can you see this?
Ah, nice.
See how it's in like quirky this is, you know? And if you look at some of the panels, the artwork is insane.
Wow.
There is some dialogue. I didn't realize, yeah. But it's kind of very basic dialogue, you know?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the company I was thinking of was Joy Toys, and they do these really quite elaborate like mechs, 1/18th scale. I thought they might be quite good, but I think they're quite detailed and intricate. I don't think they would quite work for this. But yeah, I think NECA would do a really good job.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like these look like quite simple, but you've on the outer shells. But if you look like the rabbits one, it looks like it gets more intricate underneath the plating.
Yeah,
you know, just really great concept of just having animals linked into these suits and they could communicate with each other. So yeah, it was one of those one-off books that just came out of nowhere, never expanded upon. And it was just one of those slap in your face reads that literally just slapped you in the face as soon as you read it. It's like, God damn, that was a good book. And then that was it, never to be heard of again. Just so random. So yeah.
Very nice. Yeah.
If anyone can find this available to read or has the book or knows about it, definitely worth it if you fancy it. But yeah. So right, let's get back to the chat. See if anyone's still watching. Bless your heart for still being here. Appreciate it. Hit that like button if you can. That'd be awesome. We'll wrap up soon. Just want to finish off with some bits and pieces on Instagram that I managed to save that I thought were quite cool. Right, how can you make the shackles for Splinter? How can I make the shackles? How would I make the shackles? My approach for making shackles would be to sculpt them using a rod and then sculpting around that rod, preferably with probably Procreate as it's more flexible. And I think you'd be able to make them with that. And that's the way I'd go if I was to make some from scratch, for sure. I want Wayne's World NECA. I've been saying it for years and I would still love it. Wayne's World Ultimate Form. I would even buy Mego versions.
Yeah.
Just, all in for Wayne's World. Duffman dioramas. I'm currently building a crazy house diorama for Killer Clowns. Nice. I do want to check that out. Definitely hit me up in the Instagram post once it's done. I'll check it out as well. Osprey Photographic. Been looking for Shao Kahn throne chair. Any ideas where I could find one? Storm collectible Shao Kahn throne chair. If it's something that's been out already and might have to rely on the secondhand market, I can only suggest the same thing I do with Indro when he's looking for TMNT stuff at the secondhand market is follow as many Storm collectibles Facebook groups as you can. And just especially ones that do sales, and then just see, you might get lucky with someone putting one up for a decent price. But if eBay is looking a bit too expensive, if it's something that's new, depending on where you are, if you're US, I'm not sure where US get. I think it's Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. For here, I would say Comics and Cocktails, Toys-R-Us, of course, that I definitely know are good for Storm. But yeah, if it's something that's been out already, I'm not a Storm collectible guy, so I'm not sure if it's been out already. But if it has, definitely Facebook groups that do with Storm collectibles. Ones, if you can, that are dedicated to where you are, Trippy Entertainment, what is up, guys? Ben, that Domino's Pizza delivery figure is awesome. Great work. I appreciate it. Oh, you're UK. Okay. So, yeah, there are some UK Storm collectibles groups. So, yeah, definitely check those out and just see if you can find a good deal on one. The people will sell stuff all the time. People are selling up their collections left, right, every day of the week. So you might come across one at a good price. Sorry, Maverick. I know you're trying to chime in there. Apologies.
Say another avenue that you might want to think about is if there's any like diorama makers that are opening up commissions, if they could hit them up, possibly they could like make one for you, so you get your own unique piece. If it's something that you're struggling to actually find, that might be another avenue.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a few great diorama makers out there in the UK. Check out Sammy Maxwell. Definitely a great one. Trying to think who's still in the game in the UK, because I know a few that don't do commissions. Annoying. Pietro and Tom. But yeah, definitely check out Dio Structure on Facebook and Diorama HQ. And if the diorama version is something you want to do, or you're a diorama maker yourself, of course, you can tackle it yourself if you wanted to commission it. Chuck the idea out there, see who bites. If it's something if that's the route you want to go, for sure. We'll have a gander. Cheers. No problem, mate. All good. Idra, I would like to read We Three. Yeah, do it, mate. It's a great little book for sure. Right. So last thing I just want to share is, again, nice one. Appreciate all the love I've received for the TMNT guy. Before Maverick indulges us with his custom tees, of course, there is just a few little things that I thought were really cool on Instagram that I was able to save, kind of like a new way I'm doing Turtle Talk Art. Not only do I want to, again, promote the hashtag, but of course, if it doesn't really accumulate much, if not many people use it, I am going to be actively on the hunt to try and save some cool shit so we can still have some cool shit to look at, and this being one. So a little bit of a shameless plug. Obviously my panel shot of the pizza delivery guy, just there, just wanted to show it off. But yes, so let me get rid of that. Oh, and obviously, if you noticed, as much as I don't want to dabble this way, it looks like it's the way that Instagram is going now, because everyone's trying to be fucking TikTok. I did my first reel. Still learning how the hell to make them, but yeah, I did a little reel of a behind the scenes of that panel shot. I won't be doing them all the time. I'll be dropping a few even here and there. I'd rather do a reel than a short on YouTube, because I fucking hate shorts. So you won't be seeing many of them on the channel. But reels, I'm probably going to dabble in a bit more, as it seems to be the only way to go now. But yes, so let me go to saved. Oh no, all the ladies. Right, first thing, this mental TMNT tattoo when it loads.
Wow.
I just thought that was insane.
Yeah, that
brave.
Is
Very brave. I don't know what a lady would think if you're pulling for the night and you take your shirt off and she's like, "What the fuck's that?" And you're like,
That's yeah, it's a lot of hours of work.
Oh yeah, shit. That's fucking Michael Schofield from Prison Break levels of work. That is, Jesus. Yeah, so that was just crazy. I didn't even liked it. Let's give this guy a like. Go on then. There you go. There's a little heart from me. TMNT, we shared this. This is a really sick collection I thought was worthy of a save. Let me play. It's probably going to play janky for you, but you get the picture.
Wow. See, why don't my shelves look like that?
I know, right? It's just glorious and clean.
It's pristine.
Yeah. Everything's in their own little quadrants. He's got everything. And then he goes and gives us a full tour. Now, this is an enabler. This is like, I want this display, and that means I need to have everything in those cabinets. Yeah, got a bit of everything, even the pops.
Impressive.
You got some good mirage there. Yeah, and then he goes into the retro shit. They ain't done yet. All of it carded. That's a museum. You know, when people do that, that's preserving history. All right. So if you open up to the public and charge an entrance fee, then you're good to go. But yeah, so awesome little thing to share and save. Right, before he enables us too much. This I thought was hilarious. Someone had built an NES into a Playmates turtle wagon.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty sick.
That's amazing.
Yeah, quite crafty. Oh yeah, again, I need to like these things. God, there you go. Little heart from me. Yeah. And also you TMNT Wiz, follow us account. He puts up some awesome just shit like this. You know, he put up the TMNT tattoo, he's sharing it all. And just some fun TMNT things to look at. So TMNT Wiz on Instagram is a great account to follow. Great account to follow. What else is there? I just thought this was a cool piece of art that inspired me to maybe recreate this in a toy shop with the movie line.
Yeah, that's nice, mate. Really nice.
Yeah, I could work. I mean, I had to create that base for the pizza guy shot with the grate and everything. I built that just for that shot. So I don't mind doing those little dio pieces to help me pull off a shot incorporated with stuff I've got. So I don't mind doing something here. I mean, I intend on doing something like this for the cabinet anyway, where the incorporate the sewer lid. So yeah, I thought I'm saving it because it's inspired me to do a shot of this one day down the line. But yeah, that's so radical. Another great account to follow if you're not on Instagram. And yeah, this I thought was really fucking cool. If it is the one, no, it's not the one. Okay, I've seen someone recreate this in action figure form with the Mattel line. So what they've done is they've taken all of this graphic with the morphers as a cutout, cut it off here, and then had the figures in this pose. So it looked like the comic book panel was coming to life.
Nice.
Yeah, I've seen that done. So that's what I thought this was when I clicked onto it. But I just love this page. Absolutely love this page from when they transform. But yeah, just a few little tidbits of fun stuff I found on Instagram that I wanted to share with you guys. So there we are. And let's ping it back to us. And yeah, now I'll give the floor to Maverick so he can regale us with his beautiful creation or whip.
So we're pretty much there with this one. So yeah, world premiere reveal right here. We've got my next last Ronin custom. So we've got
yeah, there he is.
We've got Hiroto. So yeah,
beautiful.
If you can see it. There we go. Is it focused?
Oh, that's it. There you go. Oh yeah, that's nice, man. That is nice. How the hell did you manage to I can imagine the paintwork on the body and the joints especially was a nightmare.
That's official, mate. It was a complete nightmare. Like silver is not a fun color to work with whatsoever.
No.
And yeah, like some of the material, like the shorts, like it's like the soft rubber did not want to stick to that. Didn't want to stick to that at all.
No. So
yeah, and then just trying to keep that chrome shine on it. It's just I think this is the best I'm going to get with it because it was a bugger for it to dry. You touch it, it was just dulling it out. But yeah, no, I'm really happy. I'm really happy with that, how that head sculpt came out.
Oh yeah, it's fire, mate. The head, the crest, and the black sort of Rorschach style face going on.
Yeah, so you can't see, but he's got the red eyes. I don't know, but you can see it in there.
It's a bit tough, but I'll look forward to your sexy glamour shots of him though.
But yeah, it's got all his spikes and his claws all over him, his feet.
Oh yeah, prickly little bugger.
Yeah, so there we go. Expect to see this soon on my Instagram.
Yeah, man, I'll be pushing that hard on the community tab as always, and of course on the different Facebook groups. Definitely, you've got to get this guy over to 1,000 because Instagram's being a bastard these days. I mean, I had a surge of followers come through on the Instagram, but then it's done the same thing where it's peaked and now it's dropping like flies again because it's just how it goes. And then it creeps up, goes down, creeps up. You'll see about 5 people say they're following you now. You look at your number in your account, it hasn't moved. You're like, how is that possible? Yeah. Now, I had 250 subscribers just get eviscerated from my channel. So again, it was just a purge, but Instagram's being a dick, right? So we've got definitely definitely, if you can, share his work, get it out there in your stories. Let's just try and get this man over the 1K mark on Instagram, because he's almost there.
So close.
So close. Indeed, my man. That's awesome. So nice one for that. And look forward to the glamour shots. And for sure, follow his Instagram if you are not. I'm sure we all are by now, but tell your friends so they can tell 2 friends, and so on and so on. You know the game. But yeah, so let's kick it over to the chat before we wrap up and finalize this one. Damn, that tat is crazy. Brave indeed. That is for the tattoo, obviously. Nothing else come through yet. But yeah, if you're still with us, appreciate you. But yeah, look forward to Maverick's reveal of Hiroto on his Instagram. But yeah, I think we'll close it out there. It's been a great one. So yeah, thank you all for joining us. Thanks again to Mav for joining me tonight. A bit of a nice chilled one, having some fun with some predictions as always. And yeah, I can't say when we'll be back again because weekends are getting crazy at the moment. We'll try and keep it in the 2-week format. But yeah, if it's any longer, I'll let you know when we are back for sure. And we will be back for New York for sure. And I will be at MCM London in the end of October this year. Absolutely. So I'll hopefully try and get a vlog of that going. And for next,
see how many of our predictions actually come true. You know,
absolutely.
We all know how good my predictions were for SDCC when we saw that Back to the future Biff and Lorraine with the big eyes 2-pack that I predicted.
Yeah, I remember that. It's great. We haven't seen any pre-orders yet for some strange reason. I don't know why, but yeah. I'm sure you'll hit some nails on the head for that. Absolutely, man. But yeah, what have I got going on now? I just finished that. I think the next video that will drop on the channel will be the custom versus official with the 2 shredders, the Soto shredders. I think then I'm going to start working. Well, I have sort of semi-started, but full on plow through and try and get a new project Detov going. During that, I'm going to try and get the next Get Crafty episode out, which will be how I made the Tatsu trousers. And I've got to start working on some of the heads as well. I've got to get on that too. But yeah, and then the next custom cave after that will be something hopefully I can get done for Christmas. I've been putting it off for a couple of years because I every time I try and get to it, something else comes up. And I need a block of time before Christmas. So kind of like now is crunch time. But again, Project Detox I want to get to, this, that, and the other. There's so many projects I want to get to that just get pushed back, and hopefully I can get to them. So if I can't, I will throw it over to next year because it is more of a Christmas themed custom. But we shall see. We shall see. But yeah, that's on the in store for me at the moment. But yeah, take care, guys. Thank you very much to Maverick again. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're having a good weekend. And yeah, until next time, we'll see you in the next one. All the best. Take it easy. Now, end the stream, please. Not yet. Yes, end. Take care, guys. See you later.